Good evening. This is the Rutland Town Planning Commission. It's November 13th, 2025. Welcome, everyone. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening again. Approval of the agenda. Anything we could add to old business, the budget? We've got some numbers from the select board.
Move to approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Sherman, and you're amenable to adding a quick budget discussion?
Yep.
Old business, okay. Sherman?
And I second with the budget discussion, yes.
Any other discussion? Hi, Mary Beth.
Hello.
All those in favor of the agenda as amended?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, doesn't look like there's public comment here or online. New business, we can skip over. And so that brings us to
Budget discussion. Just a note for Bill, there are 8 of us present this evening, so 1 is an alternate. Don't know who the alternate is, but I just thought I'd raise that question.
Well,
Raise that.
I think I signed up as an alternate when I applied, so,
Oh, so that would be, okay.
yeah.
You'll vote.
one of
whether
these
you
days.
think-
Say it again?
I'm still not.
Oh,
Are you our first alternate though, Norman? Oh, okay, there you go.
I'm second
You
then.
look like Santa Claus tonight.
I'm sorry? What'd you say?
I said you look like Santa Claus tonight. Getting ready for holidays, huh?
It's coming in pretty nicely.
Yeah.
So for the first couple of items in old business, have to do with the pocket park. Well, actually, first 3 items. So GMP, is slowly getting back to us about that recreation monitoring plan. They're still trying to figure out what it will entail. And that's to prove to the feds that the site is going to be used for recreation. And they're supposed to be consulting with the town, which I don't think has happened yet. So more on that later. The kiosks, nothing new there. The Indigenous Tribes meetings is something we may want to talk about and may want to put on our schedule for early next year. To start talking to them about, whether they have any restrictions, whether they approve of our plans, other ideas, that sort of thing. So I'm thinking about setting those up for like January and February.
And just one quick question.
Yeah.
The recreation monitoring, is that something with continuous, like monthly feedback, or is that, do we have any idea what that is, or?
Let's see. Try to remember what it's. A lot of it, they're going to be using like a game camera to monitor some of that kind of stuff.
Okay, all right.
Like who goes down and fishes, who might be putting, watercraft in, and that's about as much as they can do right now until we get some more improvements done. But I think it's going to be pretty much a numerical kind of assessment of how it's being used.
Yeah. There are counters that people
Yeah,
use for that. I just wasn't sure if it was a, twice a year thing or what.
right.
Gives me an idea.
I think they're still trying to figure out that. And the timing, I think the only deadline they have is something by the end of the year, just to lay out what plan is going to be as opposed to actually implementing.
Yours?
I'm assuming since they're there to pass them around. Is that a correct
Those are
assumption?
for,
Okay.
yeah, those are for the next meeting. You can
Oh.
take them home for
Oh,
homework.
all right.
The Act 250 lawyer for the development up at the mall, he's going to come back and talk about the next phase after demolition. So we won't be getting into that tonight at all. But if you want to take those home, and there's a lot there to go through.
Did you get
The general budget.
I think that's,
The chart.
And those of you online, I'll send you copies.
This is all for me.
No. It's
Pass
just,
it
there were
around.
two here.
you're the end of the line.
So all of this is for me.
Two of them are for you.
Oh.
The other two are extra.
Or you
Give
give
them
one
the
to
bill.
Bill.
Do you- okay. And the same lawyer will be working through the whole development of the super Walmart up there. Grace, not sure I have. Grace.
Great.
So, okay, the next item. This grant, Bill discovered this grant. That the select board authorized him to go ahead and put an application together. And it's a T-Mobile hometown grant. For smaller communities.
Under 50,000, yeah.
And it's a 5-year initiative by T-Mobile, and I think they're in the 5th year.
The calendar year 26 is the last year.
For awards?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're getting toward the end. So yeah, up to $50,000. Bill would probably love to have some help with the application.
So,
Do you have the site there?
December 31st deadline.
Yes.
the latest round, yeah, so there is, deadlines. So there are deadline periods, so the winter ones are due by December, and then the next, the 26 are due by the end of March, but I think we could probably get this in December, realistically. But it seemed to fund projects that were like rebuild or refresh community spaces to help foster local connections, shovel ready improvements that can be completed within 12 months of receiving grants. Well, that's our pocket park. So
Yep.
They-
be a good fit.
And they also say, a good alignment with their small town strategy is empowering more people with essential digital connections, championing equitable opportunities for all, and driving toward a more sustainable future. So I don't know if we can do anything with digital connections down there. But it might make it a little more strong of an application. What they've funded in like last year, Burlington got one to preserve the Fletcher Free Library. Searsmont, Maine, they renovated the town office with new ADA compliant doors, a privacy sound booth, and additional indoor and outdoor seating.
They've done a lot of projects.
Shelton, Washington, yeah, develop a nature trail, garden beds, and outdoor community gathering space on site at the YMCA, increasing the capacity of youth programming. Ozark, Arkansas, construct an eco-friendly and ADA accessible children's wildlife themed splash pad at the Bank OZK stage, designed to address community health, equity, and economic revitalization. So yeah, all kinds of stuff. Bill, have you opened up and you need to open up and become a client or? First?
I have not gotten to that point yet. But that's the next step. It's not difficult. Just gotta do it. But yeah, but that's our next step. And then I found it through VLCT, and it does list some of the stuff like collaborating with local organizations, things like that is a big part of it too. So letters of support from different organizations would be very, very helpful for getting that. And there's no match. So it's a grant.
The one thing that jumped off the page to me that I've never been clear on, do we own the property?
Yes.
Yes,
We own it all.
it was conveyed to us,
It was
yes.
conveyed. Okay, because you either own it or have to get something from the
Yeah,
owner.
it's ours.
Hmm?
It's ours.
It's yours.
Yeah, and he says here, a full proposal should be 3 to 5 pages. That's not too bad. Of course, there's like what the scope's going to be, what are you going to be doing, but also explain how the impact will be measured, demonstrating how the project will lead to anticipated results and changes. A budget, of course. What are you thinking, Bill?
Well, we had done that.
We did
Some budgeting work for the last grant that we put in that we didn't end up getting. So
Right.
why not
use
just,
the same thing.
we've done a lot of that hard work already. So
We
I
can
think-
remove the match.
like we can fill in with labor and other materials that we're going to have to get anyway. So this basically give us $50,000 to do the
Right.
project. So
I think we got that other one up to almost 80,000. With all of the secure
Mhm.
fencing and all of that stuff that we were. I don't know. I mean, we could build trails with this, but I think the select board is thinking before this came along, they were thinking the town would pay for just the phase 1 would be just going from the existing parking lot to the overlook.
yeah,
And putting in amenities. And fixing up the trail maybe down to the river.
Yep.
This could be much of the same. That digital thing just keeps hanging in my
Yeah,
head
what was
though.
that digital thing you mentioned? Where is that at in the app? Or is it another attachment, not the T-Mobile 2025 doc?
It's in how towns are selected. And there are digital things we could do with historical signs. You know, if we wanted to hook up with the Rutland Historical Society. Go or, hook up to websites. We've already got the kiosk coming, so this would be supplementary.
Yep.
Supplemental.
One or two of the projects that they funded who've gotten grants that you mentioned didn't seem to have anything that was obviously digital
Right,
involved in it.
right.
Yeah, so it's,
Yeah.
splash
Yes.
pad would not be digital.
Well, what if we put like a hot spot there? Then we also took the river, like the elevation of the river, things like that, so we could digitize it so people could see, like, all right, if I'm gonna go out there, is the current too fast where I can't paddle? And then again, if you have a connection there, because most of Vermont you don't,
was willing to provide a
Cell tower?
a cell tower there or like a mobile hotspot, like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that required power. So that's something we haven't really gotten into about. There are some initiatives that have been talked about, which we would need power to make happen.
Right.
So,
But this group has talked about like essentially digitizing warning signs.
Yeah.
When there are high waters or when there's a combined sewer overflow.
I'm not sure that's exactly what part of the grant is envisioning, but maybe, but that's like using the web to I don't know, maybe, but I like Jeremy said, there's projects that don't have really any, like, this isn't online, this isn't like bringing communities together, but this is like for outdoor recreation, which I think seems to be a good driver for that as well. So
Yeah. And which communities are we trying to bring together? Are
I
we,
think it just talks about to need the community
but here in our pocket park, is it the recreation crowd?
was it
Is
connect
it-
the community in meaningful and innovative ways. So that's maybe saying we're gonna have this kiosk here. It's gonna highlight some indigenous population. We're gonna be bringing over the monument to talk about the history and importance of the area. Like we can talk about the hydropower, first one in Vermont. Like there's a lot of things that we can bring in that kind of educate while giving an outdoor space people to recreate. So
And the people from the neighborhood, there are several houses in that area that are close enough for people to easily walk
there is
to.
the initiative for the bike trail to get from Pine Hill Park to West Rutland. It's
Mhm.
gonna have to go right past this. So there's bringing that in there too. Like there's that component that we can get in there. So
Oh, it's gonna go on that side, like, and then along the Clarendon River?
you'd have to at some point. Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
gonna.
Need to identify the potential letters of support. Like now, because it'll be too late by the time we get to our next meeting. So we could probably ask GMP for a letter of support.
Yep.
We could ask perhaps some of the local businesses.
Well, I
On
think
here.
Regional Planning Commission would be a good one.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Cedar,
And the select board. Yeah, Cedar. So I mean, I think there's enough that can probably pull that together that can help. Cedar's coming Tuesday,
right,
probably with their new director.
right, right.
Will this be the only such pocket park or park in the county? Or at least in the region?
What do you mean?
Well, is there anything else like this municipally owned and operated in the region? If there's not, that's a talking point. I would think.
I mean, there's all the towns have recreation areas, but I don't think any of them I don't think there's any that are on Otter Creek.
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
Another project that was funded here was in California. Develop a walking path along this creek and a community garden at the state university featuring interactive posts with QR codes that provide guided fitness activities, in this case, nature-based mindfulness practices, and ecological education to support the physical, mental, and intellectual well-being of community members.
Intellectual mindfulness might be difficult right alongside Business Route 4, but the other stuff sounds good.
Yeah, I think you just put a QR code on it that kind of digitizes it. Instead of having
Yeah.
your normal, I mean, you still have your board, but then maybe, a QR code if you want to go learn more about.
Right.
That'd be
So,
something
I think
we
there's
want to talk with some of the indigenous tribes about, what do you have online resources, and we'd be happy to point to that and
Yeah.
that part of
And
it.
if we go that route, then we should get a letter from them,
Yeah,
Wow.
that'll help.
maybe as a group or maybe several of the different tribes.
Or we can, in our application, if we can't get a letter in time, we can put in there that we're working towards that. That's
Yeah.
a big part of it.
So if you have anything for us to do, our next meeting's the 4th, so we still have, we may not meet after that before it's due because it comes right up on the
25th.
holidays. Yeah. But we might still have time to individually help out. Anything on the big board up there, Howard or Mary Beth?
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good.
Oh,
It's exciting about the grant.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. It's cool you found the grant. Seems like a really good fit.
Yeah, it's for small communities that are communities under 50,000 people.
Yeah.
Okay, all of Vermont almost.
It is. I don't think, because Burlington hasn't surpassed 50, has it? Or has it?
Is 60. 60 something.
We've been a T-Mobile customer for almost 2 years, so maybe that'll help too, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anything else on that?
Not for me.
So is Bill putting together a team before we meet again?
Can I delegate? That's.
Yes, you can.
I will, hopefully by Monday, I'm gonna try and get in there and see what the application looks like and then see what we need to get. I'll know
Okay.
Monday.
Would you say this is putting on hold what the town was planning to do with like getting the site ready next spring?
I don't think so because, but if we get it in by the end of December, we'll know before spring if we have the award or not. So it's just going to shift where we pay for it.
Yep,
How we pay for it, yeah.
yep,
So-
okay.
I think this would just enhance the project. It wouldn't do anything to delay it. I would like to get, if you have a latest version of the plans for the area, that would be good to send.
They wanted to see a site plan.
Yeah, yeah. Got a PDF.
Yeah.
Might have a JPEG.
Yeah, just PDF, be good.
All right, Bill, I probably can afford at least one afternoon,
Okay.
3:30 to 4:30. Before the next meeting, since we have Thanksgiving and all kinds of other things, but
You
so today is the, what, no, it's December
13.
13th, yep. So a possibility of one meeting either next week or in the shortened week before Thanksgiving, then we meet again, so.
And if you would just let us all know when that is, so
Yeah.
anyone can
That's
join. Okay. The next item I had down here was Planning Commission participation in construction for the Pocket Park. We're gonna be preoccupied getting this application out, Bill will be. And I don't think anything's gonna be going on until, I mean, I think they said like April or something like that.
Yeah. Application is due December 31st.
Right, but like the town crew and the recreation director, I don't think they're thinking about starting
I
anything.
don't think April is realistic. That's,
Yeah. So I think I put this on the agenda to see if the group wanted to be part of any of that activity.
At one point, it seems like it was 6 months to a year ago, the town, there was some invitation for people to help with the cleanup and that kind of thing, and they sent their names to Bill. I know that a friend of mine, Dick Kilburn, did.
maybe. But we have a couple articles, we have a couple editions of the Circle that are gonna go out in that period of time, so that would be where we would add that to a couple of different articles to get people to want to volunteer, so, yeah.
Did you get some volunteers?
Oh, I'd have to go back and look. I think so, but it's been,
It's been a while, yeah.
there's been a few things going on since then, so yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, but nobody's come in lately to say like, it's asking me anything about it, but yeah, I think we did ask people that are interested. That might be a good project for Boy Scouts too, to be a part of.
Mm-hmm. Do you know, I mean, has Mike Rowe, the recreation director, been meeting with the recreation committee on this yet, or nothing yet? Okay.
Recreation Committee is meeting Tuesday at 5 o'clock.
Is this on the agenda? Okay. Okay, well, we'll keep tabs on that. If there's nothing else, why don't we push the budget up to the next item? And you all should have a copy that looks like this. So we just need to fill in the blanks here. Bill has put in the dues. That's just a flat rate, the $4,000 in the 035262 line item. And he's filled in the salaries for this group, because the select board has approved a 3% COLA. So we just have a figure that we never spend down, but the $4,700 should cover it. So the question of the other line items, when is the select board meeting or when do they?
Final budget night is December 9th. That's the final, gotta have it done.
But they'd like to see some numbers beforehand.
Well, and the more I can fill in ahead of time, the easier
Right.
that meeting goes, so. I would like to see some numbers better than that. It just makes things easier to have more stuff filled in, so.
Yeah. I don't have any actuals for 25, 26. We don't have them here, but we do have them for 24, 25. So,
That's the budget you're in right now.
yeah. So that would explain it. So the legal fees, they were high because we thought we were doing the right thing with the subdivision regulation in the 24-25 year. So it was really high then. We usually don't spend anything close to that. The current budget is 3,000. We haven't spent, I don't think we've asked in this fiscal year, we haven't had any legal expenses. We probably will when we get a good draft of the subdivision bylaw, we'll send that along. So I think 3,000 is certainly in the ballpark.
We're gonna do a review.
What's that?
We're gonna ultimately send it to subdivision regulations to Kevin.
Yes.
3,000. Of course, he was very reasonable with the fee the last time, wasn't he?
Well, that was the 6,721.
So
That also produced a 19-page review of what we sent him, and our whole new subdivision is 19 pages long, so.
And I don't see a lot of work. I see him going through all the citations and making sure they're correct. And any omissions that. But we can go higher than 3,000.
I mean, yours is always pretty straightforward, so. If you want to leave everything like it is, and if we happen to go over in legal fees by a couple $1,000s, it's not gonna hurt anything.
Yeah, the miscellaneous is what it is. We went a little bit over there. Advertising, it's pretty close to 2,000 every year. That's all the notices Bill has to put out. Or public hearings and that sort of stuff. And the consulting fees for the planning commission, we rarely spend anything there.
what does that cover?
Well, this comes up every year.
Want to pay someone to come talk to us? if you want to pay someone to come talk to you.
Oh,
if someone charges to come talk to us. So how about we go a little bit higher with the legal one? Do 4,000 there.
I think a 25, 26 budget put us around 17.5. Just mental math. So just looking at this budget here, I mean, we've got about another 10,000-ish dollars to probably make up to last year's. Maybe start filling in the blanks that way.
We level fund everything that's over on to the left of the column, you're at 14.7. Which is $150 more than what the 25, 26 budget is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you bump legal to 4,000, then you're at 15.7. Which is about $1,000 more than the current year.
Even with the cost of living. Well, that's the same. The $4,000 is the same. So how about we go from top to bottom? 4,000 for legal. 4,000 is what it is for the regional commission dues. 4,700 should cover the salary and the COLA. We keep miscellaneous at 500, advertising at 2,000, and the consulting fee at 500.
Yep, that's 57, that's 15,700.
it's what?
$15,700. The numbers that Barbara just threw out at us. $12,000 in the first three lines plus 700, and then another 3,000. So 12,007 and 3 is 15,700.
Okay. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second? Okay. In discussion? All those in favor of those numbers, 4,000, 4,000, 4,700, 500, 2,000, and 500, please say aye.
Aye.
I
Opposed? Okay, unanimous. Great. Thank you, Bill. Okay. Now to the highlight of the evening.
And we're gonna get this done in 25 minutes, right?
That's, well, 8:15, I thought.
Let's see.
What do people think about Logan's answers? Did they satisfy people?
Sounds pretty good to me. Might make a motion to adopt the document as presented by Logan.
Whoa.
I'll get us out of here
Whoa.
at 7:10.
So it does need a little explanation on my part. I threw some new things in.
Yeah, I thought that was the case, because there were
Yeah.
some things I didn't remember.
I found them in Shaftesbury's bylaw, and the language was just so clear and plain. I thought I'd bring it to the group. And Logan also
There's a reference there somewhere.
had some, so most of them, so this is the stuff starting on the first page, the general planning standards. His suggestions are to move them to other places. Did anyone take a look at those and see if we wanted that kind of, if we wanted some kind of plain language in there?
Where are the general planning standards?
They
Is that-
start on the first page there with a purpose, but Logan crossed that out.
Yep.
So first page, second page, third page,
So it's all of
and,
them?
and fourth page down to from Shaftesbury subdivision regulations.
Can I, quick question?
Yeah.
I don't have
Oh,
that
that's what
document.
meant.
I don't either. Where did that,
Okay.
was that
Okay.
sent us?
Bill
Yeah.
sent them. Yep.
But I got plenty of copies.
Recently?
I didn't get it.
Two,
I
good
don't-
enough?
You got somebody need another one?
I didn't see it, but
Is it like hard
I
copy?
got it on here.
Okay.
I'm sure it was there.
Yeah, he sent us, I don't know, there were 7 documents in the folder that.
Oh,
Right, Bill?
it was one of those documents at the end of the at the email?
They were attachments to the email that he sent.
I couldn't
Open them.
get to the first two and I didn't look at, I
Oh.
think there were 4.
So, okay, let's go by it.
Okay, so that's everything up to, the from Shaftesbury subdivision regulations.
Right, and then Logan added a few other things. Well, while you're at it, here's some other general planning
Yeah,
standards.
I didn't understand most of what was being done there. That's why I was a little lost.
So,
but-
yeah, it is out of left field a little bit.
Yep.
So it may make more sense in this context to get these in a draft, which you've started, right, Bill?
Of our own draft?
Yeah,
Yes, I did. I took, prior to Logan's comments you sent out, I took what we've been working on and created it as all of ours actually look. Could Logan, because that, yeah, so,
right.
but
Before this round of comments from
Right.
Logan.
yes,
That's the draft that we pawed over for 3 meetings.
this one is, this is the town version
Right.
formatted for,
Right.
but yes.
I was just trying to clarify that what you did was you put together the, in our town format, the, discussions we had on the document that Logan had sent us.
Yep.
Yep. We just haven't seen it yet. That's okay.
So why don't we skip over these until Bill, you insert them where Logan suggests that they go in, and then we can then we'll have a better sense of like, oh, that stands.
So his was in the red. He's
Yeah.
suggesting the things. in the
Yeah,
red.
yeah.
So for these first 4 pages, which was confusing to me, and I'm going to admit something that I don't readily admit. I fell asleep before I got to the end of page 4, reading these. And I was thinking, I don't remember it being this fatiguing, but it might have
They're
been
going
my
to be
time.
interspersed throughout the document now.
Right.
So,
So
go ahead.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that what is proposed here seemed reasonable. I was just confused as to why it didn't strike my memory.
Okay, so I think I've explained that,
Yeah,
right?
no, I have. I'm just
Okay.
telling you the group.
Okay,
So everything seemed fine.
okay, so let's go down to the actual questions that we had.
Can I ask one question about the
Yeah.
first couple of pages? Are we
Yeah.
skipping these?
We're skipping them in the sense that we're going to wait to see what they look like when Bill puts them in the draft.
I mean, if they're put in there, then I got a question about them.
Okay, because he's got it, she's suggesting that this goes into section 101, number 2. This one would be embedded into section 106. This would go into 106. What do we have up here?
I just have a question about this section here.
Which
This
one?
big one?
Well,
It's on page 3.
the natural resources thing, what does it mean when it says a planning commission is charged with ensuring? I mean, particular attention will be given to the following. How do we put attention to whether somebody builds a house that maybe we feel all is affecting a ridgeline? And I don't get that. I don't see how we can possibly say, we don't really like where you're putting your home, but you're more than willing to put it there. I mean, how do we
So where
possibly?
is this, Jerry?
Page 3, the top.
Yeah, it just is so it's,
Configuring building sites so that the height of any structure will not exceed the height of the adjacent tree canopy serving as a visual backdrop to the structure, or the height of land and exposed rigidness or ridge lines or hilltops.
and also the one, Demetrio, right before that, minimizing visibility, or is that what you just read?
No, yeah, it's previous page, yep.
I just don't know how, I'm not against people being conscious of where they're building so that it doesn't affect those things, but I don't know how we can possibly
Well,
interject any opinion about it.
was that, and then also let's think about it, right? We only have so much land in which we can build horizontally. At some point, we need to start
Right.
building vertically. So
Right.
why are we gonna build a subdivision that's now gonna limit
Right, how high they
height
can be.
somebody can buy?
Yeah. I mean, I see the logic, but I don't see how we can be charged with ensuring that people are gonna do that.
So
I mean, this last I knew in the state of Vermont, you own a piece of property, unless there's zoning, you can just about do any damn thing you want. I mean, that's the way people in Rutland town think, and that's what people are working hard to ensure beyond us
Yeah.
without zoning, so I don't see why it's even in there.
So what Logan did is that, in addition to just suggesting where the Shaftesbury language should go, he added this whole section from the bottom of page 3, B, he thinks that's clearer language.
Bottom page 3B.
So after hillsides, mountains, and ridge lines, he's got a comment. This is
That's page
down
2.
below in number 2.
That's page 2. But that's okay. Hillsides, mountain and ridgelines, page 2, middle of the.
So his
page.
comment after hillsides, mountains. Here's an example of language I've seen in this topic that I think provides more clear guidance.
where are you now?
So
Bottom of page 2. Red highlighted end of that page. Comment below is an example of
you have
language.
page numbers, Bill?
Nope.
Oh, jeez. Darn it.
Well.
So
It's the second page,
There's
which is,
not-
there's not many, there's only 8
There's only
pages.
4. Are
You guys only have
there
4.
8? Maybe.
We have 8 on here, so.
I wasn't a big fan of any of this language he added here.
4. Yeah.
From B subdivision boundaries, and then all the bullets underneath it.
I mean,
I think his intention is like this is language that can replace everything you suggested above it. But how does everyone else feel?
Oh,
Some of the short comments may have be more meaningful when we see them in context, what precedes them and what follows them. The larger sections that he's presenting are.
We don't have anything close to this in our existing subdivision ordinance.
Yeah.
Where he says hillsides, mountains and ridgelines, where is that taken from? That's from the
That's
Shaftesbury?
Shaftesbury. Everything in black, Shaftesbury.
What was the question? Where is it taken from?
Shaftesbury's
This is from
subdivision,
Shaftesbury's?
yeah.
Okay, just put it all in, Bill. If you don't mind.
Put it all in where?
where it fits.
All this language below number 1 and 2 will be appropriately located in section 106.
Yep.
Okay, so everything he has in parts 1 and parts 2, all through
The end,
that.
agricultural land, section 106. I would do me a favor and just highlight that as his.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Just so we know that that was not part of our original language, and then we can
So
decide.
so that we're gonna look at this in the context of the whole document. then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would
That's
suggest
gonna
going
go.
over that. If just take a little bit of no-dos before you
Yeah.
get there, or you'll suffer the same fate that I had.
I hadn't seen it, or I would have had maybe written something. Maybe I've got more. But that just doesn't work.
Okay, moving right along. So we'll may or may not include any of this stuff.
Yep. He's
So-
got a reference to the, Developmental Review Board, which needs to
right,
come out and.
right. We'll do a grammar and such check next time.
I powered through, so I won't have to read it again. I'll just go off my notes.
Not gonna be, no such luck. Okay, Logan's starting point. So that's what he originally gave us. Is everybody there? Section 106?
Yep,
Page 4.
bottom of page 4.
Okay, so our question is, should the planning commission cross-reference or add page numbers from the town plan? And Logan says typically, like in the case of section 106, there is no need to add page numbers. However, where you are specifying a specific section of the town plan in the subdivision regulations, you should specify a page number. So is our question answered?
Yeah, I didn't,
Yes, twice.
I just do it. That's me. I was the one who made the suggestion. His was equivocal enough to say, do whatever you want. I'm gonna say, put in a page reference when it would be helpful.
Just list the odd number
I-
of pages.
That's what
I
I'm doing it.
still assert that though, next big project we're gonna have is redoing the town plan. So all the page numbers will go,
Which means we'd have to go back and
Go-
Yeah.
yes,
re-adopt this document after we do the
Yes.
town plan. They become a cyclical process.
yes.
And I'm gonna stay what I've said before as a public school administrator. When you make non-substantive changes such as correcting a typo or changing a page reference, you are not altering the substance of the document and therefore do not have to open it up for corrections, for,
Get that
Re-adopt.
backed up by precedent.
I'm sorry,
Can we get that backed up municipally by precedent?
we can ask the town attorney, but,
If that's the case, then sure.
you just have to make sure you do it.
We do have some different standards we have to meet, so.
Well, I'm just talking about, in terms of substance, non-substance, a
Yeah.
page number is not a
I don't know. I
substantive
think
change.
a bylaw might be different, Dana, than,
Yeah, if that's the case, then that makes it easier.
Ask our town attorney. He should be able to answer that
That's
question.
what I was gonna say.
But also, it's only gonna be of value until we change
yeah.
so there's a limited amount of time that'll be useful. After that,
And I hate to say
we
it,
won't
but
know it'll be.
it does pose an opportunity to review everything and make sure it's all I's dotted, T's crossed when you do have to do those updates. So that's not a bad thing. I know it's kind of
It takes time though.
it takes time, it does, but it's also ensuring that your documents are in
Accurate.
order.
And they
accurate.
coordinate, right?
Yeah,
That's what I'm interested in.
And,
How-
yeah,
how-
pardon me, and they provide guidance to the applicant, to the construction people. I mean, the whole point is to make it less contentious.
Yeah.
And more clarity. What I would do as we approach more finality is to get an opinion from, Kevin Brown as to whether, Dana's suggestion, is correct.
Okay,
And get it off of our, we could go round in circles all day.
But just ask for an opinion.
okay. Section 115. Add a definition of non-exempt proposed subdivision. There is a possible definition listed there.
I liked it, checked it off, then let's move on.
You were still awake, okay.
Well, no, I woke up by this time I got here. I recognized something that
Okay,
I could affiliate with.
section 101-2, general provisions, explain intention, time frame, and how this is enforceable. What does everybody think about that? The answers there?
So this is different than the general provisions presented on page 1.
Those are
Okay.
general planning standards on page 1.
Right, it's
To
just-
be added before general provisions.
Okay.
Explain intention, time frame, and how this is enforceable. Um,
Enforcement stipulated in, section 104. Want to further clarify this, you may, provided it's consistent.
101, 2,
His, idea of incorporating the state law stipulates that permits are valid for 2 years or 24 months. I thought that that was worth incorporating.
okay. So this is coming out of a section called applicability. The original language was the applicant for a non-exempt proposed subdivision shall apply for, receive a subdivision permit in accordance with these regulations prior to commencing any construction, development, or land clearing, or prior to the sale, lease, or conveyance of any subdivided portion of a property.
You're reading from the, actual document on the bylaws that we reviewed last time, right?
Yes,
And what is that in reference to, section 101(2) or section 115?
section 101, general provisions. Number 2, applicability. So we asked, explain the intention, time frame, and how this is enforceable. Do we have everything we need now? Logan says you can create a new subsection to further clarify intent. Enforcement is stipulated in section 104.10. And he's trying to guess what we're asking about regarding time frame. Is this the time frame a subdivision permit is valid?
I think we had a question about what time frame meant. We can clarify the time frame by the definition that you put in there. That makes sense.
Trying to remember where time frame even came from here.
Well, I guess for the time frame, because you're a permit, it's good for 2 years. And, you know.
But I don't think it
how do
was stated in the document.
All right.
That's why.
Well, it says 104.11 is a permit explanation. Expiration. I'm sorry, document.
All right, so where were we? Section.
When
what
does a
section?
permit expire? Ever?
Once we say it's for at least 2 years.
Should we provide,
What is this referring to? Section 101(2)?
Mm-hmm.
101.2, yeah.
Applicability?
Kind of like the original language.
Non-exempt proposed subdivision shall apply for and receive a subdivision permit in accordance with these regulations prior to the site lease and conveyance of any subdivided portion of property. As below. I don't see time frame in.
I know.
So look at 104.11, 104.11, that's permit expiration. I don't have a document.
104.11?
Is there anything in that about time frame? Is that what you're saying? Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if that's.
104.11,
Yeah,
you've jumped all the way, you've jumped 2 pages,
That's-
3 pages.
but
Yeah,
that's
well,
kind of what
that's
he's
what-
referencing
That's
that.
what he references here.
Oh, yeah.
in the section.
105, 104.
104.11, yeah.
I don't even
If-
see 104.
if we
There is no
had-
104.
If we had a
Oh,
definition
I'm
of non,
sorry. He says add that.
Yeah. Added as 104.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, add it, yeah.
Permit expiration. I said it was a good idea. That way everybody's clear on
Mhm, mhm.
when the time frame is. I do not see time frame in section 101 general provisions, but it may have been someplace else. So
Well, I think it would be helpful at some point, maybe with respect to the provisions involving the actual issuance of a permit, that the permit state, this permit, comma, unless extended, shall expire 2 years from date.
he's just suggesting that you add it to, after the enforcement section.
Where's that now?
That would be on, would be 2 pages from where we are currently in his,
it's his third comment there, Norm.
state law stipulates permits are good for, at
2
least 2 years.
right. And all
And he
I'm-
references 10410, which is 2 pages over. So if you flip your document over 2 pages, you'll see section 1049 and 10410. He's suggesting to add 10411 under 10410 under enforcement to include the time frame of the
The 2 year.
permit. Yeah, the 2-year thing, which is not, it's not a bad idea for people to know how long the permit lasts.
And if you do it like that, it's easier to see.
Right.
Than if it's in.
So, yeah, I wrote good idea and
Okay, let's keep,
Yeah,
so,
I just think somewhere, I'm not sure it matters where, but someplace in it, and maybe even in the permit itself, we say when it expires.
well, this will do that.
this will do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bill, good luck trying to incorporate all of that stuff. Okay, let's move down to boundary line adjustments.
Bill, I'll join you if you want. If you could put up with me a little bit longer on the on the bylaw committee that Norman and I wanted to get off of a couple of months ago.
Did a good job. Waited.
I'm volunteering myself back on it.
10411,
That's what he's suggesting it be called. All right, so we're on section 102. Where are we?
We're on the next section, which is a brand new section on boundary line
Oh,
adjustments. So
sorry.
that
Yep,
would
I
be,
turned the page and shouldn't have.
maybe the numbering's gonna get messed up here. So,
More than 1/2 acres.
Section 1055 is what I think he's suggesting there.
well, that's just the plats.
Oh. So the question is what section would he put that in?
The best location for language related to boundary line adjustments will be adding a subsection 6 to section 105.
Oh, there it is. I did highlight that. I just didn't jump down to it. I did say 105, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Okay, let's see what it looks like next time. Section 102, subdivision types, major versus minor. We said our current ordinance says a minor is one of the 10 lots, and major is more than 10. And is that okay? And he says the definitions vary widely from town to town. So we'll keep it the
So he
same.
didn't say no, so we'll go with Bill's
We'll go with Bill's.
recommendation, which is what this currently is.
Okay.
Right, Bill, you said that was functioning and that's what we should keep.
Yeah, it doesn't, yeah,
The minor subdivision is 1 to 10 lots,
I was waiting for.
major is over 10.
That's not what we talked about.
Oh, it's not.
Why, so what you had said, so we had subdivision, of any subdivision It is not a minor subdivision, nor exempt by these bylaws or state law.
Four
Minor-
or fewer.
minor, which meets the following requirements, results in 4 or fewer lots.
Right.
Does not result in the construction of a public road or private road, does not contain a lot line that has been subdivided
Right.
or experienced a boundary line adjustment in the last 365 days. That was the language you would all come up with.
So
New-
minor subdivision would be four,
Or fewer.
four or fewer. Yeah.
Yes.
So this was wrong when we said keep current structure.
It was correct at one point during your conversation, but not after a while.
Right. That wasn't what my last note was. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just
Why
thought
did
that's it.
why did we go down to 4?
From 10,
Yep,
because you didn't want a minor being 9 lots. I think we talked about the history of what is typically done and what's likely to occur in the future. And we talked about like the development out there in the Holly Lane was going to be what, 8 or 9 lots, and that's one that wants more scrutiny. But we put in we talked about that quite a bit.
Yeah. The last note that I wrote on that was a minor subdivision would be 4 or fewer and a major would be 5 of them.
Because if we were up at 9, isn't it, that's right at Act 250
Actually,
anyway.
Anyway, right.
right.
So it's gonna be,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
why
think
we
you were the one
lowered
who
it.
made that point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that should be, so minor is 1 to 4
Major's fine.
and major is 5 plus.
Right. And added the reminder that they cannot have a lot that has been subdivided or experienced a boundary line adjustment.
Right.
Loss. And if those things are true, then it becomes major by default.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, we were right.
Right.
Okay. Section 102(2)(c)(3), add or had a boundary line adjustment in the last 365
Yep.
days. Logan
Yep.
says makes sense.
Where are you?
Oh, we're chugging along.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Section 104(1), is it true that a minor subdivision is not required to submit a preliminary plan? We definitely want to require one. And he essentially says that's okay there as well.
Yeah, you said
So we-
change sentence number 1 to section 104(1) to read all subdivision applicants shall submit a preliminary plan for the planning commission to review
Right.
prior to the submission of a subdivision application, and delete sentence 2.
Okay.
So I checked that off, so that makes sense.
Okay, section 104(2)(c) about phased development applications. We don't know what those are. We haven't had many of them here. And Logan says most towns in the region, again, his perspective is just the Rutland region. But most towns do not have this language. Some do, and the intent was for allowing greater flexibility. He would delete it if you think it is venturing close to zoning.
That phase development was another one that had a lot of,
Yep.
a lot of discussion about that.
I don't think we need it. What does everyone else think?
It creates a complicated process.
Yeah, Norm?
I'm not sure what the definition of phased development is. And maybe we ought to include it in the basic definitions at the front, at the beginning.
If we,
Unless we scrap it.
yes.
Sorry?
Well, but are we gonna have phased development? I mean, I would just imagine if somebody's building, let's say, 50 townhomes and they want to build the first 10, then every year thereafter, they're gonna do another 10. Would that fall under the phase?
Fall under Act 250 anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, so, all right.
And so that's the note that I had. If it's gonna fall into Act 250, why do we have to
No,
bother?
we don't need
So
it,
if
right.
we're at 5 lots or 5 or more, then yeah, it's gonna be 250.
So,
All right.
Okay, so C.
Strike it?
C.
So are we making the determination to strike that?
I'm not ready to join in that yet.
Just asking the question.
Well,
You could debate
the,
it.
I'm not sure what a phased development is.
Okay, so if I remember from our conversation last time, a phased development is somebody has a parcel, a parcel or a number of parcels, up to 10, because it goes beyond 10, it's now Act 250 anyway, and it doesn't apply to us. So they're gonna develop 4 in year 1 and 2 in year 2 and 4 more in year 3. And so that is a phased process, and we would cover that here. But the likelihood that that happened on such a small number of parcels is unlikely. Is that what we had determined last time?
Or if they need to
I
do
don't
phasing,
remember.
it would be significant enough that it'd be under Act 250. Right? I
Almost
mean,
certainly.
I can't. I think this is the what's the likelihood and, versus. This is like, I can think, all I think of this is like a Best Western hog penny kind of project where you're putting in, 8 or 9 large buildings and you want to do them, like you said, over a group period of time. But that's, if we don't have the phased development option, then they're going to present it to us as, here's the project I want to do on this timeline. It's just going to make them shift how they present it. It's not going to eliminate the project,
Yeah.
just the presentation. I think it makes it easier for us if we don't have that.
Agree.
So remember, I thought phased development was where the conditions you mentioned before, where there a number of units are to be done. But at a certain point, there's some additional work to be done, maybe a road, maybe additional sewage things. Was that,
That would be all part of the original permit.
Yeah,
Yes.
wastewater and water supply, all going to have to go through the state. They'd have to get their whole project anyway to get that.
Right. So in which case we would see it.
no, they wouldn't have to do it until they're ready to.
Right.
But I mean, they could divide it.
But if we eliminate section C and someone has a large scale project they want to do over a period of time, we're not going to say, sorry, we're not going to accommodate that.
Right.
They're going to, if the permit needs to be extended because they can't complete it, there's a process to extend their permit approval.
Right.
That's all they have to do, rather than going through a separate process, which we're going to do. Let's say we do one of them in 10 years. We're going to keep looking at this thing over and over again, trying to figure out how to do it.
Would this not kind of apply to that place at Thistle Hill? I mean, a similar thing, like say there's 9 lots and somebody decides, and it takes years and years to build out on those lots.
Yeah.
They just need to come back
Right.
when their permit has expired and reapply for their permit. Instead of having a whole section defining the phases, because who knows what those, if anybody does 9 lots, their intention is to build it out.
But I'm thinking like phase development is not a 9-lot subdivision. That's like taking, you want to take, 50 acres divided up into nine ways. I'm thinking phase development is like you are planning a large scale construction project.
I agree.
Yes.
Therefore, I don't think we
dividing
need
up
it.
9 parcels to sell off for someone to build on later on. That's a completely separate thing.
Right, which is why we don't need this section,
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Right.
It just doesn't.
I think
I'm gonna ask one thing though. What about the Diamond Run Mall?
Let's say,
Yeah.
That wouldn't be in phase. Yeah,
Act
that's
250.
Act
so that
250.
wouldn't- All right.
Mhm.
I was trying to see just how we avoid the issue with the car cleaning place and the pipe being undersized from the hotel Denny's. That's where I'm thinking phase development could kind of help with that. But again, who was thinking of that 30 years ago that we're going to put in a Denny's and then
fix that problem. We fixed
I know
that problem.
Casella's working on it.
Mhm.
It's fine.
But that's where I can see it maybe being helpful. But again, you'd have to have like a 20-year plan or something where
Okay, phase development.
I'm good.
So we're gonna remove
phase it
that.
out.
Section 104.6, help us be more specific about for any subdivision with improvements. 1046.
Oh, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good with that one?
Hang on a second. I was making notes. to myself.
Wait.
Help us be more specific for any subdivision with improvements. Oh, yeah, he defines that. Yeah, I was good with that.
Okay. The next one's pretty good too.
Wait, I said one.
Oh,
Does that affect us with the pocket park?
No.
Okay, that's all. Just because it says at the very end, or shared public recreational facilities.
This is someone, but that's.
I know
town-
that's for
town-
somebody
that's
else.
town
to do it.
property.
All right, so that's
It's
fine.
not-
Yeah, we're
Doesn't
not,
apply.
Non-issue. All right.
we give ourselves permission. We're good.
and no
Right.
subdivision, there's no subdivision going on. It's already been subdivided.
Right,
So
yeah.
it's
it's
small
not-
enough.
it's not- it's not- Exactly, yeah.
1046B,
Makes sense.
yes, delete of record.
Okay.
So it's just licensed civil engineer.
We want to say, I mean,
What?
licensed professional engineer is a technical term. Because a licensed civil engineer,
It's different.
I mean, there is no licensed civil, there's a licensed professional engineer in the civil.
Okay.
You know, because you have civil, mechanical, electrical, chemical, you have different engineering.
Degree, right.
Okay, licensed professional
Professional
engineer it is.
And delete of record.
Right. 1047, performance bond. How do we figure out a realistic amount?
He said delete it.
I could
Oh,
look
I
at,
said consult town attorney. That's what. Generally not advisable for the PC to approve them, as bonds create financial obligations.
Right. It
Typically, the
goes with
approval
the-
rests with the select board. So, yeah, just check with the town attorney about how it wants to do it.
1049. This seems to set up a conundrum. Is it appealed to the planning commission or to the state? And this is, any appeal. And Devon says it goes,
To the
To
Board of
the-
Adjustment.
Still a problem.
but he also says, he cites statute where an interest person appeals to the environmental division.
So I had 3 question marks on his comment here, which means that he was making no sense to me. And he included Board of Adjustment, which we don't have. So I asked the question of, is that select board? And later on, I wasn't sure about that.
No.
So we need clarification. We need to have him come in and explain to us what this provision is, or what his comments are supposed to address in this
So
provision.
this is 1049, right to appeal.
He needs to come in and give us a tutorial.
That would be helpful if he could, yes.
Okay. Okay, 10410 enforcement. Does this imply that this doesn't come to the planning commission? Only to the administrative officer? 10410,
Yes. He said yes.
and I think that's right. The administrative officer shall institute in the name of the town any appropriate action, injunctions, et cetera. Okay.
Well, that's fine.
which that went back to that whole beginning start with enforcement. So that's where we came down to this, like, how do we enforce the timeline, things like that? Who's going to enforce it?
My question, my
yeah.
question is that planning commission grants the permit. There's a violation or a suspected violation. Does the administrative officer, do we want the administrative officer to bring that to us so we determine it? Or do we want him to
Yeah,
act
in
independent
Logan's,
of us?
in Logan's original version, it's enforcement. The administrative officer shall institute in the name of the town any appropriate action, injunction, or other proceeding to prevent, restrain, correct, or abate a violation of the subdivision regulations.
I understand what he says, and my question is the same. Is that something we want? And this is the administrative officer to act on without our input?
Well, if it's a violation, if Bill looks at it and says, this isn't what the planning commission, this is not in accordance with what the planning commission has adopted for our subdivision bylaws, then he doesn't need our input because he's saving us time by saying, here's your fine, get it in compliance.
Who else would do it, Norm?
But the question is, my only question is, do we want the administrative officer to act independently of us in these rare situations? Because we
In the
haven't
name
had
of the
one.
town,
Yes.
yes.
Norm,
Yeah.
I deal with ordinance violations regularly by myself. Like, I don't go to the board and I'll go to the select board and say like, hey, do you want me to take care of this or not? The timeline for that would just be astronomical.
Right, we would,
Nothing will get done.
right, we could only do it every 3 weeks to say to
Right.
Bill, that doesn't work. He might have to act on it within
Right,
days.
well, that makes sense to me, and I'm just trying to,
Okay.
I'm not criticizing Bill or anyone else. I'm just saying, is that something we want to know?
At least not when he's here.
Norm, if something goes wrong, really wrong, I'll come deputize you and you can come help me, okay?
You spoke too fast.
I'll come deputize you if I need help, okay?
Well, that's all you need to do.
Okay, section 105A, submission of final plats.
He didn't say anything, so I guess that's good to go.
At least
Five.
8 final
Yes.
plats.
That was your
Yes.
suggestion
Yes.
based on how many of us
Not,
are in.
not one for each of us.
So
Yeah.
8, 8,
Yeah, 8, that's a great number.
okay?
We don't keep.
It's a great number.
105-2A, submission plat requirements, strike supporting, insert involved in the preparation of.
He didn't answer that one.
105-2A, 105.
Is that taxis? What's the other?
105-2A is name of subdivision, name and address of the owner of record applicant, civil engineer, and any other consulting design professionals supporting the application. Strike supporting, insert involved in the preparation.
And anywhere we see civil, we should have professional engineer.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm a civil, but I'm also a professional. So you can be a college graduate and be a civil engineer. Professionals, you got to pass your
Right.
board
Board.
certified, you know.
Okay.
You go to med school, you're not a doctor until you
Right, pass your boards. Same thing for the
law
law.
and yeah.
Okay, 105-2F, I think this is,
It says 105F,
yeah,
2F.
I'm trying to decipher this.
So what did we decide about 105-2A where he didn't have a comment?
We just talked
Yeah.
about it.
That's 8.
No, it's
No,
submission.
It's
2A.
like changing supporting and changing the civil engineer.
No, but
Yeah.
the submission of the plats
Yeah.
requirements, I know we went through that
That-
2 meetings ago.
But he didn't answer
Well,
the
this is-
question.
Yeah,
He didn't answer it. He didn't put anything in there.
yeah.
So I like to have notes to what we're doing. So I put, yeah,
We'll take our own advice. We're gonna strike supporting and insert involved in the preparation of.
so yes. Okay.
I remember that conversation. Yeah, I agree. Let's answer our own question. That's good.
That's right. That's right. Next one is 105-2F. I think future land use district name and boundaries are shown in the most recently adopted amended version of the Rutland Town Plan. And we said, is this necessary in the plat? We don't want
That,
it.
but we rarely use it.
Feel free to delete it if you don't want it. At
We
one
had thought-
point, we thought we didn't need it, so we just still think that.
What was it? Can you just real quickly say what it is again?
We have the land use map that has like all these different sections for town, like.
Yeah, well,
like we have the map.
So this is a subdivision plat requirement. Future land use district name and boundaries are shown.
Yeah.
They never show.
No, they don't. They don't. I think that goes.
I think F goes.
Yeah.
We're, okay, we were right.
We were right again. Again.
Amazing.
Law budget for next season.
Right. The lawyer can decide what they.
Section 105,
Three. Minor
Three.
subdivision plat requirement.
minors, yes.
So I think we didn't get back prints.
It's redundant and unnecessarily complex. Please simplify or strike.
We're right here.
Where are you now?
Logan says the simplest solution,
What-
1053. The simplest solution is move the verbiage
Section 105.4.
1054.
That's major subdivision plat requirements.
So that they are the same.
And move that information to section 105.
Does that make sense?
It does.
It does, okay. It doesn't to me right now, but
Excuse me.
There, it'll make sense.
moving right along. Section 1055, plat recording. Delete or make final plat recording make it final plat recording in the entire paragraph. This applies to A and B as well.
Where are you?
1055, A and B.
Well, hang on a second.
We're-
You're on the subdivision bylaws. You're not on his comments, right?
No,
I'm on 105,
Yeah, you're on this document.
1055. I'm going back and forth between the two, Dana. So it's plat recording. So we said it doesn't make sense to just say plat. It should say final plat everywhere here,
Right.
right?
it says it
Yeah.
in A.
But then it goes back
In B.
in B, it just,
Yeah.
Like, we said that to clarify that, just to clarify, this is the final plat, so. we're
Right.
Just adding, we can't delete it, but we can add it.
yeah.
Okay. That's
Replace all plat with final plat is what he says.
Okay, 105,
5B,
5B. This should be the planning
correct.
commission chair, not select board chair.
Yeah.
We have that.
Yeah, it's like
Planning
the
commission
one, yeah, it's select board chair just once out of 3 times there. 1061. Change independent professional to license. Is this okay? Yes.
Licensed by the state of Vermont.
Wait a minute.
Where is that?
Of a licensed
Which
professional.
sentence is it
Yeah, it
in?
was licensed professional, independent professional.
You got it, Bill? Okay.
Licensed professional, licensed, well, I have licensed and then by the state of Vermont.
Yes.
Okay, the next,
Wait a minute. Are we adding licensed by the state of Vermont?
That's the question that I have.
I think we should. I have a note on that.
do you know
Certification of a
where's this gonna go?
professional expert licensed by the state of Vermont.
Where is this?
That's in place of
Professional
independent.
be redundant?
Hmm?
Would professional be redundant?
With licensed?
Yeah.
It would be, oh, I don't know. We'll ask Demetrio what he thinks about that.
I'm gonna look at it for the entirety in its language.
Demetrio says,
May accept the certification of a professional expert licensed by the state of Vermont. That's the comment that I had on our original discussion.
102.
Shouldn't it say planning commission or administrative officer may accept the certification of independent professional experts licensed by the state of Vermont.
Well, that covers the bases.
Hmm?
That would cover just about everything, I think. Every situation. Okay, let's go with that.
So you're gonna say licensed by the state of Vermont, an independent
I don't know what,
professional expert licensed by the state of Vermont.
professional.
Let's not get
I'm a
bogged down.
little concerned with the word independent.
I think we said that before. Didn't we? Wasn't that one of the concerns before? Independent?
Change independent professional to licensed is what we kind of landed on before.
What I'm just hearing people say is, change it to, professional expert,
Licensed by the state of Vermont.
correct.
Yeah, scrap independent, Norm.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. Okay, 1062D, please provide us with the source of
Did.
these standards.
Yep, you got V-Trans residential drives, standard 71A and
So we can
71B.
add those.
Yep,
Balaam Bill?
Barbara, you've got the meeting controls on that laptop there. So you can end the meeting when you're done.
Yes.
1062F.
2F3, why is a written certification needed here? Is this necessary?
Is that water and wastewater?
106,
Yeah, 3.
yeah,
That'd be state anyway, wouldn't it?
yes.
That wouldn't be the,
Feel free to delete, so.
Feel free to
Wait a
delete.
minute.
Bill, feel free to delete. Number
Delete.
3. 106,
V-Trans standards, yeah.
you good on that one?
We're gonna delete 106,
106
2
F3,
just
Roman numeral
delete the
3.
whole thing.
just the third paragraph
Why?
under
Which
wastewater.
is 3.
F is water and wastewater. Roman numeral 3 is the paragraph we're deleting.
1062, please send us other examples of standards for evaluating all subdivisions.
Okay,
I looked at
he's
these.
done that.
The only thing I liked was that Brandon, where did I put it? Brandon has a nice table in there saying what is needed for the plat. For some reason I can't put my finger on it. So I showed it to Bill and he thought it was pretty good. It would be just like supplementary information. We already have the language, but there'd be a couple tables just laying out what everybody needs to do for their plats. And then the other is like additional information that we require,
So we can look at
just
this
so
next
it's
time.
more visual.
we can add it next time for next time? You're gonna add that in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see it. when we-
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll actually see it. That'd be great.
Add graph for next time. Which one was that? Was that West Rutland or
Brandon,
Brandon?
I think she
Was
said.
from the Brandon,
That was a
yeah.
table from Brandon.
their unified bylaws, which are so zony. I mean,
Yep.
all of these were pretty zony that I don't know what we're looking for, what Logan was trying to get us to look at. Maybe I gave it to Bill and left it with him. I think that brings us to the end.
Yep. Except he said, I would also review the currently adopted Rutland Town subdivision regulations. We've done that. He doesn't need to tell us to do that. And it was an exercise in futility. So I'm gonna say, really?
Again?
I
if he thinks
don't
it's-
think so.
We've done it till we can't see straight anymore.
Yeah. Unless he means that we should just look at it in its entirety after we've made these incorporated changes. I took it to mean the subdivision bylaws that we got nauseous over,
Whew,
or at least Norman and I did. I think Bill was right there with us.
well, that's good. It'd be really great to see this in one document.
Go.
next time, December
Next
4th.
time.
Be there.
I can't be there.
No, it's the party.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Wife's
Number
birthday.
4 is
I
our
guess
next
I'll
Oh,
be-
well, you wouldn't want to miss that. That's
But
for sure.
I would like to see that. I mean, I wish I was part of that. I would like to be part of that because I want to voice my opinion about getting rid of all that crap that's from that second page.
I'll send us an email.
I will.
Well, we'll
I'll
probably
bet it.
send it out ahead of
There you
time.
go.
You can give us your comments. Okay, announcements. We do have a new letter for that boundary line adjustment that 11 spared. Okay, we're all set. The plat has been.
And is the amount different than it was before? Just,
I knew you were gonna ask.
well, hey,
Thousand?
Does anybody else have announcements?
No, I was gonna ask, has that been resolved? Do we know what we want for a final plat so that way it's a little bit more clear
Yeah.
to future people? So figure all goes through the process, it's documented.
1.092 acres.
So this is what it looks like. You can see it in there. That's pretty straightforward.
And maybe was the reason I kept this. No, I was just curious, because that McKinley Ave right there, that's where you go up to the DMV, but at the corner of that and 7, that building, that yellow one, they've been rehabbing the past couple of years. So I don't know if they're intending to sell that or what, or if that, I don't think that factors
That's
into
not the same
this.
property.
It's along the same road, but yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's what I
Yeah,
was like,
that
oh.
was a long time business there that
Yeah,
people
just,
just became senior citizens or, so, yeah. It may sit there for a while.
I think someone's working.
Okay.
yeah.
Now,
Not important.
do you have the previous letter?
You know,
Because you're not going to believe this. You really aren't, because I don't believe what I'm looking at.
Nothing new after 2. And it's past 2, all right now.
The number is still wrong compared to the plat.
So-
All we asked them to do was make this number on the plat, right? Align with this number in the letter.
But she's got the final plat.
Yeah.
Is this the same? Did they change it on the plat perhaps? Didn't-
Well, okay, I will take a look at hers. but
Yeah.
I
That's
thought we
okay.
were accepting this one.
Based
no,
on,
no,
yeah,
no, no, we're accepting this.
Yeah, we're showing them what to draw up so they could come back with the final one the way we wanted it.
See if it matches on there.
Okay, in the meantime, let's do the minutes
Motion to approve the minutes.
for October
Multitask.
23rd.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
opposed?
I'm abstaining because I wasn't at that meeting.
Oh, you guys are still with us.
We woke them up.
So, yeah, I don't know if you heard, we should have,
Is it
Bill
the
should
same?
have the full
It's
draft.
the same as what's on
Bylaw
here. and it still
next
doesn't
time.
match.
Worth.
Nice.
I don't know what I
Make
can
the
do.
horse the water, but you can't make the horse drink.
I want somebody else to take a look at this because I think I'm in the twilight zone right now.
Okay.
I really, really.
Okay,
do.
maybe we should adjourn.
I move, adjourn.
Okay,
All right.
we are adjourned. Thank you.